Hey guys, this is actually the third time I've recorded this. The first time, my battery died. The second time, the video was 17 minutes. So I decided I needed to re-record because that is absolutely crazy and no one needs to hear me talking that much. So let's start over. First, I went to Half Price Books. There's a 20% off store-wide sale. I just picked up two things because I love books. But you guys have seen me haul books all the time, and I'm used to getting books for $1 or less. Sometimes I don't even want to pay $1 for books at the flea market. Although I do pay $1 at like the Dollar Tree and stuff, just because it's like, oh, it's a book at the Dollar Tree. That's really cool. But this is a gift. Jane Austen, Northanger Abbey. I might be pronouncing the title wrong. But Jane Austen's a really cool author. You should look her up if you haven't heard of her or don't really remember what kind of books she writes. She's a classic author. She wrote in the Regency time period, which was in the 1800s, I believe. I really like the quality of this book. It's got the elastic band, as you saw. It's got the foil on the front, and it's got these cool pages inside. If I'm talking really quickly, I'm sorry, but the last video was just too long, so I need to talk quickly instead of just, because I can't cut down on my talking necessarily. So I'll just talk really fast. So it's got all the main characters. Really nice. Now the rest of the book isn't illustrated. It's just the front, but it's still really cool. Timeline of stuff that happened during the author's life. Kind of stuff that might have been going on while the book was being written and stuff like that. A map. The area during the time period. There's the book. The book is pretty plain, as you can tell. I actually really want this for myself because, like I said, Jane Austen's one of my favorite authors. I really like Pride and Prejudice. I've read Sense and Sensibility. Emma's a good book. But, yep. Paid $4.99 for that and then take 20% off. And then went to the clearance. Picked this up. It was $2. I look for in the clearance section. Specifically, my brother likes manga, these, Japanese graphic novels. And a lot of the graphic novels there are book 2 or book 3 or not the first book, and you need the first book to read a series. So I was really happy to find just any book that was the first book. And then I saw it was Kingdom Hearts, and my brother and I, we actually played a video game. I think they still make video games for these for this series. I'm not sure exactly what it is. It's a Disney series. There's lots of merchandise for it. But maybe if I read the book, I'll know what it is. Oh, actually, this is a sequel series, so this is not the original series. Oh, excuse me. But this retailed for $9.99. My brother doesn't like it. That's fine, because it's Disney, and I love Disney. Just look at that. Look at Goofy, Donald on the front. I don't discriminate if it's a graphic novel. I like graphic novels, And then I went to my local library. Their books are 50 cents for paperbacks and $1 for hardcovers. This is also part of the gift. And actually, in my previous video, I talked a lot about how I really want this for myself. Really, really want this. There are a ton of copies of Northanger Abbey, but when you give a gift, you want to give a nice gift. So I bought the nicest copy to give as a gift. But because it's so nice, I want it for myself. And I have to restrain myself to not keep it. Because the person I'm giving it to likes classic books. We do a Secret Santa exchange in this group I'm in. And, yeah, so that's a classic novel. And, they really like books, so I also picked this book up for them. I've already read a bit of it before recording this video. I don't know why I gestured to here. I guess it's because I have a clock over here that says, before, back in time. But, love at first spark. It's gotten good reviews. It was one of the newer books. Or at least it looks new. Let's see how old this is. One of the newer books, 2011, at the library little book selling area. And it's supposed to be kind of funny. It's a short little book. It's a memoir. Might as well read a little bit of it to you guys just so you know what it is. Clam chronicles her adventures in finding a home for the world's sweetest pit bull, fostering a photogenic special needs terrier, and diving under a train to save an injured stray in New Orleans. Along the way, she finds that helping dogs in their fight to survive puts our own problems in perspective and shows that caring for others, be they canine or human, can sometimes be the best way to care for ourselves. A hilarious and moving testament to the powerful bond between people and dogs, this is a book for anyone whose life has been changed for the better by an animal. So you guys can pause if you want to read about it. The person I'm gifting these books to really likes dogs, animals in general. So another book I picked up. I was charged $1 for this. Now, I guess it's not really a paperback, especially because it used to belong to the library, so it's been reinforced. But okay, it retailed for $27.50. So I'm okay paying $1 for it. Past and present, 24 favorite moments in decorative arts history and 24 modern DIY projects inspired by them. Love the illustrations inside. It's got history of design. I love designing. I occasionally play this game called Sims 3, and you control these little digital people. You make them. You can do whatever you, not whatever, but you build their houses. You get them jobs. You can have kids and whatever. It sounds geeky, weird, but I like designing houses specifically. And instead of playing the game, sometimes I just go around designing houses a lot. Yeah, it's really nice game. And anyway, I wouldn't recommend it to everybody. Of course, not everybody is into playing video games, which is fun. Past and present. Illustrations here. Let me just give you an example or two. Look at this print. Love this. Look at all these chairs. Kind of funky, kind of modern. Love the illustrations in here. So, 17th century England, the state bed. You know, the beds back in the day were kind of fancy. And so, this is a DIY project inspired by that. It's a tassel blanket. I don't know how to pronounce this, but this is cool. Okay, let me flip to it's here. I know it. Federal style, because you know America is cool. American history of the federal style, and then the DIY project inspired by it. Now I think this is a little weird because I guess this is a mirror, and they drew on the wall around it to make it look like a federal style mirror. And I think that's why not just buy a federal style mirror? Why are you drawing on your wall? This could go really bad. But hey, you know, I won't knock it too much. So got that. And for some reason, I apparently collect old math books. This is from 1964, and I was drawn to the cover. I like the style of the 60s, and like I said, I collect old math books. By old, I mean like anything 60s or before, I guess. I don't want to offend anybody by saying books from the 70s are old. I don't have any books, math books from the 70s, but yeah. I collect, if you've seen some of my previous videos, books that are 100 years old or at least 50 years old. And of course I just buy a bunch of like books in general. So to add this to my collection, mathematics, a modern approach. Flipping through this, I think this is like 8th, 9th, 10th grade math, or at least modern day 8th, 9th, 10th grade math. But it doesn't really say right here. And then this, the piece de la resistance. I'm pronouncing that really badly, but this is The Mystery of Time, a National Geographic book. It's got these foily pages here, and just from what I can see flipping through it, talks about, well, obviously the mystery of time, but the time, how do you really measure time? Is time a thing? Like, can you, like, I've always been fascinated by time. So, is time travel actually possible? I don't know if the book discusses it or not, but is time a thing that you can just jump back to? I don't think so, but maybe it is. I don't know. Now, I'd also be terrified, but I would love if time travel existed because I'm a fan of Doctor Who. It's got really nice pictures in this book, but hey, it's just talking about time, how you measure time, the science of time, and all kinds of cool things about time, and you can tell this is a very wordy book. Oh, what was that? Ah, circadian clock, you know, your internal clock. At night, a beam of light shines in the eyes of an insomniac in a treatment used to reset biological rhythms. So that's what that is. So, yeah. Luckily, this video is not 17 minutes long. 10 minutes is my target time, and my favorite books would have to be, of course, this one, because I want it for myself, but I must give as a gift, as I kept saying in my previous video, that, as you remember, this is the third time I've recorded this video, so, and this is really cool. I don't want to talk too much about it. I must emphasize to you guys, I love design. I won't become a designer or anything. I'm not an artist, but design is cool. And it's cool to add something to my collection, and so I pretty much just said everything is my favorite book, but yeah. Of course, these would have to be in top 2. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you guys on the weekend.